Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold a record with pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I don't want to fight. That's my
Dazn production.
check it, you know. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are back for another one and happy to be back. Happy to report that Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia had a pay-per-view success. Boxing fans really came out for this one, not only live and in person at the at&t Stadium in Dallas, but live from their homes, as it's being reported by multiple sources that this is done from 350 to upwards of 400. We've seen multiple sources say 300, 350, 400, 440. So Mikey and Earl are definitely both winning at this point. Overnight stardom with that many people in attendance, with these numbers, maybe this really entices a Manny Pacquiao to fight Errol Spence, because Pacquiao did 400 with Broner, and we all feel Broner is pretty popular and Pacquiao is pretty popular. That should have done better. Maybe it's the mixture of one of these two guys. But let me introduce my co-hosts.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes. We might have a new pay-per-view king on our hands. This guy, Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, or is it the combination of both? A lot of Mexican fans were out there to see Mikey Garcia, so I'm pretty sure he got a lot of support from the back end, and a lot of fans were there to see Errol Spence too. So I'm pretty sure that those fans will carry over, and both guys will probably take an equal amount. But I've seen a guy who proposed 440,000. His name is Jedi something. Sorry, Jedi Goodman. He does a lot of like TV ratings, like The Bachelor, Monday Night Raw, UFC, all kind of things. So he reported that it did upwards of like 440,000. So that's a big number, and just shows that both guys are a draw. And I hate to say it, but it seems like the clear 8 side in any welterweight fight coming up is going to be Errol Spence, even to Bud Crawford at this moment. Now Bud Crawford can't come back and do maybe 400, 500,000 on ESPN and prove that he is a draw too. But right now, Errol Spence has that mantle. Mikey Garcia has it too. So I don't want to take it away from Mikey Garcia, but Errol Spence was the winner. So I think those eyes will like follow him.
Definitely, man. I just want to congratulate both men. Obviously, Mikey should get some residual from this. He had a lot to do with it, just like Wilder Fury. But I want to bring up Wilder Fury because this is 2 welterweights that did better than 2 heavyweights. And it's comparable because Wilder Fury were in their first pay-per-view as well, first U.S. pay-per-view, and these 2 men were in their first U.S. pay-per-view. So the stardom of Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, that combination, it worked. It worked. I mean, we had Brian Custer come on here and say they were looking at 200 as the safe zone. They got an extra 200 on top of that.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he, for like Errol Spence? He said 200 something, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But he really didn't have that. That he compared it to what Showtime would want, because Of course, the thing was on Fox, and that says another thing for Fox too, man. First boxing pay per view, and I don't want to know what I'm saying, get it wrong, but was that Fox first boxing pay per view, or have they done some
Hey,
more?
listen, Mike, I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than you, so I don't know if that was the first. What I'll tell you is this: it was the first in a long time.
Last time, exactly.
So they got 400 people to actually know, 400,000 people to actually know where to buy it, how to buy it. When, for the last 10, 20 years, no one's ever bought a pay-per-view on Fox. So not only is Fox showing that it's a powerhouse when putting the likes of Thurman and Josecito on their terrestrial channel and getting, nearly 3 million views,
Yes.
they could also pull in a good number on a pay-per-view. Good thing for us, Wilder, Dominic Brazil won't be on pay-per-view, even though this was successful. But seeing these numbers for Errol, what do you think is next now? Should he try to stay on pay-per-view? Who could you see on that PBC stable that he could fight that he would like is a unification with Sean Porter pay-per-view? Now, remember, I spoke to Sean Porter's dad on the rooftop of the Dream Hotel, and I said, look, they're doing a pay-per-view with Mikey. They never offered you guys a pay-per-view. And he said, yeah, well, if they do a pay-per-view with Mikey, they're going to have to renegotiate with Sean Porter because Errol Spence, Sean Porter is a pay-per-view. Do we really believe Errol Spence, Sean Porter is a pay-per-view? Because, I hear a lot of guys not like the style of Sean Porter. So are they not going to pay to watch Errol and him fight because they don't like Sean Porter's style?
I mean, I would say that just off the back of Errol Spence, any fights you do next should roll the dice, because I don't think Errol Spence is going to take an easy fight unless the IBF mandates somebody to him that we don't necessarily know. But I think a pay-per-view with Sean Porter could do it. I mean, and you could do it in the exact same location you did this fight right here, because it seems to me like Jerry Jones and Errol Spence and PBC have a good thing going. And if you go to Manny Pacquiao route, that's another big pay-per-view. You put Manny 400,000 and your 400,000 together. I mean, logic says it's going to be a bigger event because of the matchup. Manny Pacquiao brings in a lot more fans. A lot more people probably would believe that Errol Spence has a better chance than Adrian Broner had. We all know Adrian Broner has ups and downs in his boxing game. So for a point, there you go. Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, big fight. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, a fight we've been wanting. Both guys been talking trash for like 2 years now. Keith Thurman asked him live on air, does beating Mikey Garcia make you the second best welterweight in the division? Earl responded, said no, it makes me the first. So you got a storyline there. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, unification. A lot of bad blood been brewing. Great fight. So I just feel like the ball is in Errol Spence court now, man. 47,000 people came out to see that man fight. Another 400,000 possibly bought it on Fox pay-per-view, and just goes to the point that he might be taking the mantle as that pay-per-view star. And for all intents and purposes, he has to look. I love his bravado in the press in the post press conference when asking questions. He's like, somebody asked him about Terrence Crawford. Like, yeah, he can get it too. You know what I'm saying? So I like that kind of Errol Spence now, man. Kind of cocky guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's seen what he does. He enjoyed the fruits of his labor, and I can't really say anybody is an A side against him in the welterweight division. The guy is showing to be one of the biggest stars in boxing, and we have always been looking for that next pay-per-view star that's going to take over for Floyd Mayweather. And I guess, man, we have it now.
Yeah, I mean, again, if we're going to compare him to people of the past and, their first pay-per-views, this is a very successful number.
Compared to Floyd, because Floyd first one was like 360. Bud Crawford did like 40,000.
He was 360?
Yeah. Floyd first pay-per-view was like 360.
Okay, I thought it was lower then.
And Bud did like 40K. Gennady did 160. I'm not quite sure what Canelo's first one was.
Oh, Kovalev Ward
Oh
190.
yeah, Kovalev War 190. What was
Check Pacquiao Bradley. Remember, Bradley Marquez. I was saying back in the past, I was always saying 200, but then we check it was they did like 345.
and people? It's not the fact that Porter can't sell. It's the fact that who he's fighting. Fucking Gennady couldn't sell by himself. Well, as soon as he fought Canelo, there you go. Not saying Errol Spence is the Canelo just yet, but for all intents and purposes, many boxing fans seen this as a one-sided fight. A lot of people were out here watching with their hearts and not with their head, but a lot of boxing experts seen this as a one-sided fight, and that's what it was. Now imagine if you get somebody in there that's 50-50 with Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, big major fight. You know, ESPN gonna push it, Fox gonna push it. You got Sean Porter. I'm telling you, Sean Porter has the WBC belt. They can sell that. They can sell it, man.
You think what number? This did 400. Mexican, American, Texas. What does Porter Earl do, and where do they do it? Is
250, 300,000?
Is Earl the clear A side, and Porter's got a
You
unify?
gotta run a test. You gotta run a test, man. We don't know if Earl's we do right now. Earl's the clear A side to Sean Porter, period. To any welterweight in the division because of the number he just did. But as soon as we see him against Sean Porter on pay-per-view, then we can really start judging the level of a pay-per-view star he is. If he fuck around and do another 350 with Sean Porter, then we got something to talk about. If he do 400,000 with Sean Porter, then we got something to talk about. And like I've been telling you, man, Texas, support the fuck out of Texas, bro. Don't matter where you at in Texas. If you from Texas, motherfucker will support you, bro. I'm telling you. And I think Keith Thurman also can possibly be a huge fight on pay-per-view. A lot of bad blood there. Keith Thurman is a hellified talker. Errol Spence can talk when he needs to, but Keith Thurman can really talk and sell a fight. And he can fight, you know what I'm saying? Keith can really fight. Errol will be getting his back more than he did this fight against Mikey Garcia if he fights Keith Thurman. And last but not least, I mean, you have Danny Garcia. You can always sell. Danny has a big following. We all know Danny's got that itch to be on pay-per-view too. So you gotta, man, then fucking Manny Pacquiao. Come on, man. It's like Earl has the option, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to send Manny Pacquiao his last check real quick, you know what I'm saying, but before he retire? Or do you want to unify with Keith or Sean?
I mean, Keith ain't ready. It ain't looking like. So it's looking like
Keith ain't ready. Keith been calling out goddamn Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor next fight for
right.
Keith.
You're right. And what's more of a threat, Pacquiao, Sean Porter, or Errol Spence?
Oh no! If you're getting hit by like that by Josecito, Pacquiao might not be the nigga you want to fuck with right now, man. He bouncing and moving like the old Pacquiao. He be back over there with Freddie, catching motherfucker with hooks, uppercuts, straights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I don't know, man. Pacquiao might get on Keith. The thing with Keith, it ain't about it if the motherfucker can fight or not. I'm just thinking about, do he really want it no more? Know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear you in the ring. Why you want to fight me? Well, when I'm hurt, why you want to fight me? Nigga, you in the ring now. Everybody get hurt or come in the ring with a nagging injury or something that's hurting. You got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the surgery he had was minor or small, but nigga, it's been over a year. You know what I'm saying? Get some better rehab or something. Let's go. We want to see you in the ring with Sean Porter again and Errol Spence. Those two guys have belts on your side of the field. Quit making the fans wait with this Manny Pacquiao bullshit. But if it comes to Manny Pacquiao, the betting line might be in favor of Manny Pacquiao when it comes out.
Versus Keith, you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, I think so. I think he put on a good performance versus Broner, so he would probably be the favorite, being as though Keith is only coming off a 1 tune-up and he didn't look the greatest. But I got a Texas native on the line, a world-renowned trainer, obviously a special treat, completely unpremeditated, right?
I was trying to get somebody too on the back end while you was over there. I tell you, I remember texting like a motherfucker too.
Yeah, well, I think it's good to have him on because Ronnie Shields, obviously training so many fighters throughout his long career as a trainer,
That's a
lives
pleasure.
in, has his Plex gym in Houston. But Ronnie, what did you think of the spectacle that Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia put on? 47,000 plus people at the at&t Stadium, and now the early reports are that he and Garcia both came in around 350 to 440 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's great for the sport of boxing when we can get numbers like that. Especially two smaller guys. Not heavyweights. I think it's really great. Of course, Errol Spence he's a really popular guy. So is Mikey Garcia. So when you put two good fighters together, this is what happens.
Now, were you expecting that performance? Or did you expect, I don't know, a little more from Garcia, who seemed to use the narrative that he's seen something in Spence that he was going to expose?
Well, I did an article last week when I said I don't see what Mikey Garcia sees. And obviously, Mikey Garcia didn't see what he thought he saw because Errol fought the perfect fight. He used his jab, which his reach is so long, a lot longer than Mikey's for sure. And that was on the outside. He used it going inside. Mikey just couldn't do anything, He was so confused by everything Errol did that he didn't have a comeback for anything. So, and people diss me because I said that Errol is a flawless fighter. I mean, he fought a flawless fight. And if you look at it, you go back and look at it, he didn't make any mistakes, that Mikey, could say, well, I'm going to capitalize on this or capitalize on that. None whatsoever. And this is why I say Errol is a flawless fighter. In order to beat Errol Spence, you have to expose some flaws that ain't there.
Coach Shields, how you doing? My name is Michael Cross. Was there any point in that fight that you thought Robert Garcia should have stopped that fight? Being as a trainer, would you have stopped it?
No, absolutely not. I think it was the 9th round. Errol was hitting him pretty good, but you just have to know who your fighter is, in order to stop a fight, and obviously, with Robert, knowing Mikey all his life, that's his brother. He's been with him. He knows what he can take and what he can't take. But, he just told him in the corner, look, if you don't give me a better round than what you gave me last round, I'm going to stop this fight. Because he don't want to see his brother get hurt. So, and I don't blame him. I probably would have said the same thing. But Mikey did come out and had a better 10th round than he did the 9th round. He didn't win a round, but at least he came out and showed that, that he wasn't getting beat up to the point to where it was necessary to stop the fight.
Now, me and Ness had a little debate, and he feels like since Mikey challenged himself at 147 against the best guy at 147, he should stick around and maybe fight some of the lesser guys. I feel like it probably would be best for Mikey to move back down. What do you think Mikey should do in that situation?
Well, if I was a part of Mikey's team, I would definitely suggest that at least go down to 140. I think he having problems like trying to make 135 pounds. I don't think he can do that anymore. So I think 140 pounds is a great starting point for him after this loss. But the reason I say that is because there's some really, really good fighters at 140 pounds that will still give Mikey trouble. But I think, 147 is just too much weight for Mikey. What would he weigh in? Like fighting at 153 pounds or something like that.
I believe so. Somewhere around the 150s.
Every welterweight. Yeah, every welterweight is going to be at least 165, 170 pounds going in on fight night. And all these guys are going to be bigger than Mikey. Look at Thurman. Thurman is a big, strong guy. You know, he can box, he can fight, you know, because he got the power to do it. Sean Porter the same way. He can box, he can punch, you know. It's the same way, you know, and I just don't think that the welterweight division is for Mikey Garcia. Maybe 140 pounds, he can compete there.
Ronnie, so you don't see him beating Andre Berto?
Well, but look, Andre Berto is probably on the down end of his career right now. And he may be able to beat an Andre Berto. But what good is that going to do him?
Well, I
All
mean,
it's going to do is put him in line.
He needs a
for
tune-up.
another title fight.
Yeah.
A tune-up? What's a tune-up? For what? A tune-up for what? Errol Spence again?
For Danny Garcia. For Danny Garcia.
Well, you know, but see, look. I don't think Mikey.
You don't like that fight? I mean, you got to think of the economics, Ron. You got to think of the. We just seen what took place in Dallas.
I understand, but you got to understand this. Understand this. Mikey is not only he's not just trying to be a contender. Mikey is trying to be a world champion again. He wants to be at the top of the chain.
Yeah, but so, Ronnie, I mean, if you go to welterweight and you fight Errol Spence, something that we all knew, you're saying it yourself. The people are hating on you for saying that he wouldn't win, right? So now everyone is saying, well, this was just a money grab for him. They were just, selling his own. They were using him to build Spence. So in order for Mikey to show, no, I'm still as great as I thought I was, watch how I beat the rest of the welterweights. Maybe he can't beat Earl because he's too big. Maybe he can't beat Thurman, but there's still Porter. There's still Mikey versus Danny in Mexico or Vegas. That's a huge fight, Puerto Rico versus Mexico.
No,
Mikey versus Mikey, y'all.
And I agree with you. And I agree with you, but Mikey is just going to fight for money now. Of course, I would just do that if he's just going to fight for money. But Mikey has pride. Mikey wants to be a world champion again. He wants to be a world champion. So why would he subject himself to say, okay, if he does fight, Garcia and beat Garcia, he does fight Porter and just say he beats Porter, then what he's going to be next in line for again? Errol Spence ain't going nowhere. Errol Spence is right there again. Errol Spence wants to unify. He wants to be the unified champion. So what is he going to do? Is he going to fight Errol Spence again? No.
He going to wait. He got to wait it out. He got to wait till Earl fights Crawford.
Yeah, but you could be waiting a long time for that. That's not going to happen anytime soon. He just, look, Mikey could do better at 140, building his grand up there. And then look, let Errol know for the next couple of years, once they go up in weight to 154, because look, trust me, in about 2 years, Errol Spence will be a junior middleweight in about 2 years. So let Mikey, get down to 140, beat all those guys at 140. Then when he move up to welterweight, look, he's going to be the top guy in the welterweight division in 2 years.
Ronnie, he gets more money and more glory for Danny Garcia than beating Regis Prograis. And Regis Prograis isn't guaranteed that he wins.
No, it's not. It's not a guarantee.
All right,
but
so
I
your
think
center...
his options are better. I think look, if you're going for a money grab, then you stay at welterweight. But if you want to be a world champion again, you win the 140-pound title first. Then you say, okay, now I'm going to test the waters again at welterweight. If you're being smart, I think that's what you have to do. I wouldn't just keep trying to fight the best guys at welterweight to prove what? When Errol Spence is still there.
So for Errol Spence, what's next? I mean, we see Deontay Wilder today say that his next fight's not on pay-per-view, but Earl, his numbers came in higher than Deontay Wilder's first ever pay-per-view. This is Earl's also first ever pay-per-view, but with better numbers. Should he fight Sean Porter for a unification on pay-per-view now, next?
No, I think he should fight Manny Pacquiao. Because, look, while the going is good, You got to get it while it's going good. And I think a lot of people will want to see Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. You know, I think a lot of people will want to see that.
You think
You know,
Pacquiao's going to take
Manny
that fight?
Pacquiao
I was going to ask the exact same question.
well, look, but here's the thing. Let me ask you this question. How old is Manny Pacquiao?
I believe almost 40. He just turned 40.
Yeah, he's like 40, 41 years old. So look, how much longer is this guy going to hang around?
He trying to hang around long enough to get that Mayweather rematch. You know it.
That's what it's looking like.
But that's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen.
Really?
Mayweather is not going to come out of the time and fight Manny Pacquiao.
What if Manny Pacquiao beats Keith Thurman?
Oh man, but all the people that say that Wilder shouldn't leave money on the table, I'm saying the same thing to Floyd. Then why would you leave money on the table? The first fight did like $4 million. Even if half the people buy it, you're still winning.
Yeah, but Floyd, I just don't see it. I don't think Floyd has no interest in that. I really don't. I don't think Floyd has an interest in that. He's not showing interest. He's not talking about it. People asking him about it, and he just push everybody off. So, until that would happen, but Floyd's going to wait a couple more years, let Manny get a little older. In the meantime, what is Manny going to do? Keith Thurman is a good fight for Manny Pacquiao, but that's a fight I don't think he can win either. I don't think, so like if he go cash out, I would rather cash out with Errol Spence than I would with Keith Thurman because it's more money.
So if Earl can't get Manny Pacquiao, who should he fight, and should that next fight still be pay-per-view?
Well, if he fight a guy like Sean Porter, it shouldn't be pay-per-view because Sean Porter, he's not as known as a Mikey Garcia, and he's a welterweight champ, but at the same time, he's still, he doesn't bring the fans that Mikey Garcia brings.
But
so, I don't see that as a pay-per-view.
But don't you think just to roll the dice and see if Errol Spence is truly a pay-per-view success, they will have to try and put it on pay-per-view just to kind of gauge where Errol Spence is at with a lesser popular fighter, Sean Porter?
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, they did the same thing with Mayweather, and it worked out good for Mayweather. So, I mean, if you roll in the dice, why not roll it? I mean, but I just don't think it's going to even do half of what it did with Mikey Garcia.
Speaking of rolling the dice, what was your take on Deontay Wilder turning down the $120 million from dead zone, as you would say?
That's right, dead zone. Well, look, here's the thing. I don't know what went on in the meeting. Obviously, something went on that they didn't like in order for him to sign with dead zone. They obviously, something was probably going to be in the contract that said something that they figure, hey, you know what? We just better stick to what we're doing. Stay independent and to do what we do. And obviously he's happy with that because he didn't sign. So unless you was in that meeting and knew exactly what was going on, people are speculating, well, why didn't he do this or why didn't he do that? I mean, who knows? You have to be in that meeting to find out what the real reason why he didn't sign with it.
Well, I was present at the press conference today, and one of the sticking points Shelly Finkel told me was they didn't get to know what the total sum was, meaning they wanted to know what Joshua was making for the fight, and they were never told. Is that strange to you? Because, I mean, Pacquiao knew how much Floyd made.
Yeah, that is strange. Why would they hide what Anthony Joshua was making? Unless he's not making what everybody think he's making. I mean, look, I understand too that, when you sign for people like them, your numbers have to be up or you're not getting, the way they structure things now is that your numbers don't do this or this or this, and you can't make that. So the same way with Canelo, the same exact thing. Yeah, they put a lot of money on the table, but if his numbers don't peak to where they think it should peak, then they're not gonna pay him that kind of money for nothing. Just ain't gonna happen. So maybe that's the reason why they don't want to say about Anthony Joshua, because they're not sure what he's gonna do, especially with fighting in the Madison Square Garden with a manager, Brad Miller.
Yes, sir. How do you see that fight going? By the way, you think Big Baby has a chance in stopping Anthony Joshua, or possibly getting a decision?
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna really be tough because Joshua is so different than anybody that Miller has fought. Joshua's confidence is there right now. Also, he's a big, strong guy. Miller has never faced a guy like Anthony Joshua before, but Anthony Joshua has faced a few guys like like Miller. So
has he though?
It all
300-pound man coming forward nonstop, 80 punches per round. That's a lot of punches for a heavyweight.
No, it is a lot of punches for a heavyweight, but he hasn't been hit by a guy like Anthony Joshua, and that's what getting hit by somebody who really can't punch that hard is so different from a guy who can really punch and hurt you. So, look, I think that Miller has a chance. I do, but that's just me talking. But if anything be close, he's not going to get it. He ain't going to get it. Just for the simple reason, it's all, it's like Canelo. It's like Danny Jacobs fighting Canelo. He already know what's going to happen if they go to a decision. He already know this. You got to overwhelmingly beat these guys, and it's a shame that the sport has come to that.
Absolutely.
Ronnie, I want to go to Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale. They're going to be fighting on the 18th. And he brought in Virgil Hunter, he being Dominic Breazeale. What do you think about Breazeale switching trainers, and now he's got the mastermind in there of Virgil?
Well, it's one of those things to see if they're going to click, and it's kind of tough for Breazeale because, this is what the fight he's been waiting on for a very long time. And then all of a sudden you switch trainers and to somebody that really don't know you, but, a guy got to get to know you in 8-10 weeks, and then you're fighting for the biggest fight of your life. So I don't know, you have to go to the gym and look at these guys and see if they clicking. What happens if they don't click? Then what does he do? Do you turn around and go back to Manny, or do you just say, okay, I'm just going to stick it out? See, everybody is thinking that Virgil's going to bring what he did for Andre Ward, but that's not true because Andre was a special fighter all by himself. So, and a lot of trainers could have trained Andre Ward, and Virgil did a great job with Andre Ward because he had him his whole career. So those guys was able to click. They had years to click, and they know each other. And whatever Virgil had Andre to do, Andre was able to do it. But it's a different thing when you're just coming in with a new guy, and you only have, say, 3 months to try to make it work. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see, because, Virgil is a very good trainer. And, there's a lot of things he's going to want for Breazeale to do. Can he do what Virgil wanted him to do? And it's just enough time, So it's going to be a test on his own, man.
So I just want to stay on topic for purposes of, later making this a smaller segment. Tony Yoka Virgil Hunter told me today, will be the lead sparring partner for the first month or so. Because I said, is anyone else? He said, no, I think that's good enough for the first month or so. Have you ever done that as a trainer? Just use one sparring partner for like half of camp? And how well do you know Yoka, and how good of a fit as a sparring partner for that particular camp you think that would be for them?
Well, actually, Tony Yoka came down here and he sparred with FL Jackman, you know.
Ooh,
and
do tell.
Tony Yoka is really good. He's
90 seconds.
He's a really good fighter, you know. But, you know, his style is not similar to Deontay's. It's a very different style. So, but he's a big guy. So as far as size-wise, he should be great for a guy like Dominic Brazil. But as far as the way he fights, you know, he doesn't fight anything like Deontay.
60 seconds.
So, you know, so it's going to be a tough fight. I mean, look, Virgil's been in the game a very long time. He knows what he's doing. So obviously, he sees something in Tony Yoka that he sees in Deontay Wilder. And with him, with Yoka being a big guy, because he is a big guy, and he obviously sees something in him that he thinks is going to help Dominic Brazil. But as far as me, I would definitely bring in another guy also early, because if something happens and if Tony Yoka get hurt or something, then you got to bring in somebody anyway. Or if things ain't going the way you think it might be, then you may need another guy. So, I mean, but we all are different.
10 seconds.
All trainers ain't the same.
And for Wilder, do you think that the personal investment in this fight, the emotions that he has attached to this fight due to the lawsuit that the Brazil tried to put on him because of the incident in the hotel, I mean, he's already wild fighting, right? So it's like, is this going to make him more reckless and cause him to, mess up this fight? Or is that just going to make the outcome come a lot quicker?
Well, I don't know. The thing about Deontay, man, you just don't know what you're going to get until the bell rings. But if it was me training him, I'll just tell him, look, man, all that stuff that's happened, you got to let it go. You can't bring that into the ring because it has no place in the ring. Deontay got to start concentrating a little bit more. And he just didn't look focused to me when he fought Fury at all. And I think for Brazil, Brazil can fight, and he's a strong guy. But if Deontay just go in there and be reckless, it's a possibility that Brazil can knock him out because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. You got to leave outside mess on the outside. Your job and your focus has to be on what's going on in that ring at that time. Everything that's been happening. And if I'm Brazil, I'm bringing that up every day, especially at the press conference and the weigh-ins and all that stuff. I'm bringing everything up because I want Deontay, if I'm from Brazil, I want Deontay thinking about all the stuff that's happened between them. I don't want him concentrating on the fight. But, Deontay is a professional. He got a professional team around him. And I just know that, whatever game plan they come up with, that's what he should stick to.
You think your heavyweight FA will get an opportunity at Deontay, or would Deontay be retired by the time FA is in, is a titleist or title contention?
I don't know, man, to tell you the truth. I wish I could answer that right now, but we just had one step-up fight, as you saw, against Amir Mansour. Now, FA is fighting on the same card in New York. He's fighting on that card. They sending me some names now. And, again.
Come on, Ronnie. Come on. They sending you some names. Who they sent so far?
I ain't got the names yet. I'm saying they're sending me some names. I should be getting them pretty soon so we could pick out, what watch and see who they giving us right now. So I don't know. I haven't got anything yet, but they just told me today that they're going to be sending me some names because FA is definitely fighting on May 18th on that card with DeAndre. So it's got to be somebody that, they could put on TV. So
what if Charles Martin came across your desk?
not right now. I don't think that's a good fight for us right now.
Travis Kaufman?
He's a good fight. If that name come across, I think we'll look at it. He could be definitely one of the guys we'll look at. Look, there's a lot of names that we'll look
Chris
at.
Arreola.
And see, that's another name I like. I like Chris Arreola.
You seen his last
I know
performance?
Chris personally.
He looked good. He looked good
did.
Saturday.
Looks slimmer too.
He did look good.
And he looked in shape.
He did. And he was. He was in shape. And look, I trained Arreola for a little bit. Yeah, for one fight. And, so I know Chris Arreola really well, But, that's names that we have to look at because, within the next few fights, I think FA is ready for all of those names.
So do you think that his route would be like you said, for all of those names, or is a Daniel Dubois something that's realistic, like two prospects meeting, or is that something that needs to be built up because one guy's from another country? Is that too soon?
Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, that's too soon. I think when you fight somebody from another country, look, they may not want to come here. We may not want to go there. And that's for obvious reasons. But I think that that those names have to be built up. Just for the same reason Wilder and Joshua are not going to fight right now. It's simple as that. I just think it has to be built up. And if those guys, when those guys are ready to fight each other, the next fight has to be for the world title. Because it don't make sense if you go out and beat one of those guys right now, and then you say, well, my next fight should be for the world title, because those guys are at the top of the chain. Just like Joe Joyce, But, I think we all know why Joe Joyce is in a rush, because he's 33 years old. He has to be in a rush. He don't have time to sit back and pick and choose, and they doing him the right way because he's fighting guys that's at the top right now. And then because he wants to be at the top. He wants a challenge. He wants a challenge for the world title within the next, year or so because look, he's 33 years old. FA got a lot of time.
Let me ask you a hypothetical here. You guys got a super team.
Okay.
You got Ronnie Shields as the trainer, Shelly Finkel, manager, Al Heyman, advisor. Joshua has the same exact issue that Tyson Fury had, and he vacates all his titles. Al calls you up and says, Charles Martin versus FA for the vacant IBF. Do you take it?
No.
So then,
I don't take it right now.
So then, damn, Anthony Joshua's special because he did it at 22 with 16 fights.
Well, look, everybody in boxing don't have the same plan. Everybody don't take the same route. Obviously they wanted to go for the money grab already. It worked for them. That doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. So, and I know a lot of fighters that was on the fast track that got derailed early, and they were never able to recover and come back, and even fight for a world title, let alone make any money in this sport. I think for a young guy who only had 46 amateur fights, of course he went to the Olympics. He fought twice in the Olympics. one win and one loss, and he, he's still learning the game. He's new to, he's new to the United States, and he's getting comfortable. He's feeling good, and he's starting to fill out now. He's starting to feel himself. He's starting to feel good about his situation. So, you know what? And he still wants to learn. He wants to, when he gets to the top, he wants to stay at the top. He don't want to be a one and done kind of guy like Charles Martin.
Speaking of fast track, there is a guy in the heavyweight division that is on a fast track. He defeated Amir Mansour before Efe Ajagba, and that's Flip Hargrovic, trained by Pedro Diaz, formerly used to train or most known for Rigondeaux and Miguel Cotto, I'm sure you know. What's your thoughts on Flip? What's your thoughts on Flip? And do you see that as someone that you guys are going to have to see in the future?
Absolutely. I think this guy's a really good fighter. Matter of fact, he was one of the guys that, when he fought Amir Mansour, that I really looked at to see how he fought Amir Mansour and how he beat him. So when I saw it, he was one of the guys that I studied that fight, because I just wanted to see what he was going to do with Mansour. And of course, he stopped Mansour also. But, he's definitely going to be a guy that we're going to have to meet in the future in order to, to be champion of the world. He's definitely one of those guys that's going to be at the top. With his style, with his power, definitely. He's going to be one of the guys that we are going to have to go through.
Well, Ronnie, we took enough of your time, man. We want to obviously thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure talking to you and just soaking in some of that boxing knowledge. What's next for you and your big stable? Because, you got Charlo, you got Laura. You have FA. So what's obviously you just said FA's in May 18th. Any other fighters going to be fighting soon?
Yes, sir. Yes. Well, I think April the 25th, maybe. I think I just got the call today. Yoma Rigondeaux is going to go back in. I don't know where yet, but it looks like it's going to be at the end of April. And I just got the call today about him. And
wait, you're going to train Rigo?
I trained him for his last fight.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice that. Gonna have to stop at H-Town, man. I was actually in Rigo's camp for the Lomachenko fight, man. He allowed me to be there for 2 weeks. I didn't know he left Pedro Diaz.
Oh yeah, he's been left.
Wow.
I trained Rigo before. It's not my first time training him. I trained him when he first won his first world title.
All right. So when is he going back? April 15th, you saying?
No, it looked like April 25th or something like that.
No opponent? No opponent?
No. They just called me and told me it looked like it's a possibility that he might be going in, late April. So he's going to probably come down either this week or next week. And then on May 11th, on welterweight, Stanonis is going to go in Washington, D.C. Don't have an opponent yet for that, but he's definitely going to go.
What's that? You said a welterweight? You broke up there. What's the welterweight's name?
Stanonis. He fought on the.
Oh yes. We put money on him the other day.
Yes, sir.
Just fought a couple of days ago. Yes.
Against Figueroa.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's going to be fighting Washington, D.C.
When are you expecting Laura back? Is he going to be out for a long time?
Hold on.
No,
you said Stanonis is fighting Figueroa?
No, Stanonis is back in Washington, D.C. with a TBA.
Okay.
Yeah, he just fought Figueroa. His last fight was against Figueroa.
Yep. So what about Laura?
But
when is Laura back?
he'll be back in a couple months, actually. Actually, you know, he wants to fight again real soon. So he's going to take about a month off, and then he'll be back in the gym, and be expecting him to fight probably sometime in late summer.
Would they run it back, or is he going to go a different route?
I don't know yet. Well, it's a possibility that they can run it back. It's a highly possibility that they can run it back. So we'll just have to see.
Anything you would have him do different if he fought Castellano again?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would definitely still have to vote this down. They move to the center of the ring. I feel, his Douglas is better. His best opportunity was in the middle, not on the ropes. But, Lara likes to fight on the ropes. That's always been his thing. If you look at it all his fights just about, you'll see that's where he's most comfortable at.
Well, Ronnie, man, I don't know if Mike has anything else. I don't want to take any more of your time. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on. I know you're not a big social media guy, but if you want to give anything out, you can do so at this time. And if not, have a good night, and thank you again.
Well, thanks you guys for having me on, man. I'm looking forward to the next time.
All right, brother. There you have it. Ronnie Shields giving us the scoop, the update, and letting us know, just letting us soak in some knowledge, man. I want to thank him, obviously, for coming on.
I also have a special guest. Look for a 757 number.
Nah, champ. You got no 75s here.
All right, we'll wait.
But that's because the lines are shut down. They've been down.
Ah, fuck. Well, guess not tonight.
Who was that? Bo Mackey?
No, man. Blue chip.
Oh, Ryan Martin?
No, man.
Blue chip. Who else is
blue chip prospect, man? On top rank.
Oh, Shakur?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. You slacking. Yeah, but we about to wrap this one up. We're going to step it in the drive-by, get through the callers. This was just a report on Earl's great numbers, and then we started pondering. Even Ken Porter was going to call, but that was locked out too. We got, it is what it is. These are report shows, but I'm going to give everybody an opportunity.
Drive-by!
But it is drive-by. We're going to go to NO in the New Orleans.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Michelle, bro, shout out to all my truck drivers out there. Keep getting that money, man. But yeah, bro, I'm riding with TPV tonight, you know what I'm saying? The grind don't stop. I'm still hustling, y'all still hustling. You dig, and that's what it is. But like the point I was making on the last show, man, this 400,000 right here to the next fight with Pac-Man. Why I signed the ESPN?
I just don't think Pac-Man. I don't think Pac-Man gonna fight him. I don't think Pac-Man gonna fight him, but I mean Earl don't got no issues. He staked his loyalty to Al and Fox, Showtime. He said we're on the other side, so he ain't planning on going to ESPN.
Yeah, but that's my point exactly right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Crawford on that island. Just like Fury put himself on that island. Now you tell me who Fury next 3 fights gonna be.
Man, I don't know.
You can't tell me that. But it's gonna be some good in Safari or some shit. Like I don't know where they find them dudes at, man. They go, bro. I don't know if they go to the graveyard and go to check out names and shit. But man, bro, they find some of the most unknown people in the world, like put them in
cut it. Going out to Rock. Talk to me.
Drive-by.
Whoa. appreciate you having me back on. Errol Spence is the dog. He's a star, man. And you know what's crazy? He was able to sell that many tickets, and Errol don't really speak like trash like that. He don't really talk trash. He don't really do the most. So shout out to Errol, man. Shout out to the whole Dallas DFW area, man. Appreciate y'all, PPV, for having me on.
All right, Rock.
You, homie.
Calling in, B. Going out to Boomeranger.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, TBV, great show so far. Listen, Mikey Garcia's next fight right away. I mean, Ronnie Shields, he was talking some good shit, but Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia, because to me, that quad is Danny, is Danny, Porter, Thurman, and Spence. I mean, Spence is in the mix now, and instead of going back down to 140, I mean, even if he want to go back down to 140 and like do a couple victory dances, a couple money grabs, he fight Danny Garcia, then drop down and fight Lomo, and then after that he could fight fucking Antonio DeMarco for all we give a fuck at that point, and then cash out. That's my call.
Man, thanks for calling in. H Money, talk to me.
Hey, I just want to apologize, bro. I just want to apologize for the last show, bro. Y'all know I don't even get down like that. Unless you my mentor, bro. It wasn't even like that, bro. I just want to say I'm sorry, bro. I just wanted that fight to happen, bro. I was hyped up. We was all happy, bro. Nephew was happy, bro. We was all celebrating. I guess it wasn't. I know it wasn't supposed to happen. So, man, I ain't gonna be mad at God or anything. We just gonna move on. I love boxing, bro. And just to touch on the topic, I got Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao, he don't want that. But that's the fight right there. We got to keep building up Errol Spence. Let's keep building up Errol Spence, pound for pound king. Let's set it up, him and Pacquiao. Pacquiao came in the ring. Let's do it. He was in the ring. No excuses. He stepped in the ring. Earl, a dog. You seen Earl, the look on Earl when he seen Pacquiao? He wanted to eat him up, though. He wanted to knock that boy out in the ring. You know, Earl, a dog. He fighting anywhere. You feel me? Real talk. But my bad, though. I apologize, bro. Forgive me.
You good, baby. You good. Thank you for calling in, H Money. Want to thank everybody that tuned in. Want to thank everybody that continues to support. Don't forget to head on over to Patreon and sign up at patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Check out the Border Wars series. Speaking of Border Wars, if you want to sign up, the sign up page is out. We're taking new fighters for the June card that's taking place right before AJ versus Big Baby Miller in the tri-state area. So if
y'all still gonna keep that date?
Yeah, we gonna do Border Wars. Not the appreciation night. It's looking like not the appreciation night, but Border Wars looks like it is a full go. The page is out, and so is the new hoodie. As you can see, Border Wars 2019 is on the website. It might not be. I don't know. I gotta check, but whatever. I got it from the website. Probably is more than likely. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's on the website for sure. So yeah, I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Instagram, Twitter, NestGTO.
Gross 1911 on IG and Gross 2312 on Twitter.
Mike, when you back?
I'm back not tonight.
9 a.m., Mike.
9 a.m. all year, 9 a.m. Eastern time, every Monday through Friday. Catch us with a morning show, and we're going to talk about some
8 a.m. Central.
2 p.m. UK and 6 p.m. West Coast.
6 a.m. West Coast. 6 a.m. West Coast. Yeah, man. And don't forget to catch us for our Friday betting show. Really sorry we couldn't do it. We had a lot of suggestions like to post. If we couldn't even talk, they said post like our bets. So, but we're back, man. You know, we're back. Oh yeah, Jemmy. Yeah, sign up page is out, Jemmy. So you could definitely sign up. And you know we're gonna properly match make everyone that's seen this season, no one got hurt, everyone had fun, everyone left in good spirits. We had dinner together. We hung out. Everything was good. Everybody, had a great time. So, yeah, man. Check us out, boxingvoice.com. You can find all that information for Border Wars. You can find our affiliate sponsors page there if you want to help the show grow by, clicking on one of the affiliates, using our Amazon link for shopping. That little bonus, though, goes for, rentals that me and Mike need because, look, and Mike is a road dog. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm out here renting Mike trucks and shit to he's doing it with me in these cars, knowing that he's got the wheelchair. As we grow, things get better, but using those links, sharing the show, hitting the thumbs up button, dropping a 5-star review, so many things you can do to help this show grow. And we can continue to get guests like Ronnie Shields and get the interviews that we got today. If you haven't checked out all the work that me and Ron did in New York City for the Deontay Wilder press conference, please do so. We did a great live from within the Barclays Center. Talked to everyone: Steven Espinoza, Virgil Hunter, Dominic Brazil, Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel. Yeah, he's got that in my head forever, fucking Eddie Hearn. Shelly Finkel, Tim Smith, the VP of Heyman Boxing and the publicist of Deontay Wilder. We spoke to numerous reporters. Ak and Barack, sweet scientists from Dazn, were in the building, spoke to them. I mean, Brian Custer. Oh, man, the names lists all on and on. So just check out all the work, hit the thumbs up button, and support your favorite show, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Peace.